All right, guys, what's going on? It's almost Friday. So, before I get started, thanks to my subs that comment, and my members. Thank you, guys. Oh, and thanks to everybody that buys my merch. Appreciate the support. Let's talk a little bit about some developments going on in Kiely's case here. So Kiely Rodni'S been found now for a while, and from chatter, the preliminary autopsy report is done. The complete autopsy report is not done, and there is a mosquito trying to get me. Where's Daniel's son when you need him? Let's see. Everybody, okay, I know they found her laptop. That guy, whoever he is, found her laptop and some other personal items. May or may not have anything that'll help the case. What I want to talk about is, and everybody's talking about Sammy now, you know, Sami'S lawyered up. Sami'S got her a defense, a criminal defense attorney. Everybody also has been like, we want to know what's on Kiely's phone. We want to know what's on Kiely's phone. Well, it may not be Kiely's phone that incriminates somebody. I'm gonna roll these windows up, guys. There's mosquitoes coming in here bad. So, let me roll these. I'm gonna turn the air on. Kiely's phone is not probably what's gonna get. If Sami'S in some trouble here, it's not Kiely's phone it's probably Sami'S phone that's gonna get her in trouble. Now stay with me. What if the police found evidence on Sami'S phone and maybe some other people's phones that maybe doesn't incriminate her, but looks suspicious as hell. You know what I mean? Maybe it catches her in a lie. Maybe it puts her at a location when she says she wasn't there. Maybe same thing with Jagger. Now, I'm not going to go into really what they could have done, coulda, woulda, shoulda, because don't have nothing to go on yet. But hiring a criminal defense attorney, yeah, it don't sound good for Sammy. It don't sound good at all. But there's a reason, could be multiple reasons why she needs it. I mean, could be, I don't think, like everybody's been saying, well, with social media, going hard at her and this and that. I don't think someone would hire a criminal defense attorney just over social media. I think she was questioned about something, and she didn't like him questions. That's what I think. Maybe the police was like, can you explain this? And Sami's like, oh shit. Yeah, I think I better, I think I need an attorney now. So, and that's where we're at. Maybe somebody said something to the police. They seen her do something. Maybe I'm not going to go into, shoulda, woulda, couldas with Sami, because it could be anything. It could be anything right now. Maybe they caught her in a lie. So, but it'll all come out. It'll all come out. And I'm really surprised that she got on Twitter and said that she had a criminal defense attorney. And the other thing too that I'm thinking about, guys, now hear me out, because everybody's talking about Sami getting charges for delinquency to a minor. If she was doing all that and something happened to Kiely, charges on that. Here's the other thing though. If she was a party organizer and she's 18, could Kiely's parents, could they have one hell of a wrongful death suit here? What do you think? Even if it ain't Sami, let's say it's some other adults. I believe. I mean, do you think? Do you think that there could be a civil case against them, like wrongful death? I mean, we've seen it many times before. OJ and all them. A lot of wrongful death suits in the courts. So these people could possibly be looking at that too. And when you're talking, wrongful death, if you're awarded a judgment or anything like that, it ain't gonna be like $10,000. I mean, those things are enough to affect you financially, and whatever the rest of your life, probably, unless you win the lottery. A lot of stuff to think about, guys. A lot of stuff to think about. But I don't really want to jump on the items found. Now, I will say, I don't think that the items found, that they might play a role in the investigation, but just a gut feeling. I feel like the police have a lot that they need. Just getting a feel for the investigation. I think that they're onto something, and they're getting closer and closer, especially with someone very close to the victim hiring a criminal defense attorney. That tells me that they're getting pretty close too. But wow. Yeah, I would have. They already had the divers in the water. Now, granted, they couldn't have probably searched it that day because of all the sediment that was stirred up from the car. But all that sediment, they could have actually, if they wanted to, they could have probably roped that whole area off right there on the bank to keep people from backing their boats into the lake and stirring everything up right there. And they probably could have went back there the next day after everything had settled. The divers, and gathered the rest of it. You know what I mean? I mean, if normally in a crime scene, they normally, you know, if it's above ground on land, you know, they're normally checking for shell casings, you know, blood, whatever. I think they should have done the same thing. Even though it's underwater, I think they should have done the same thing here, you know. Go underwater with some evidence bags, get the evidence, put it in the evidence bag, or, you know, whatever it is, you know, laptop could it just depends on what's on it, you know what I mean? May not be on. I think, just me personally, I think that they're going to get more off of people's phones, if you know what I mean. That'll probably be more than what they get off of a laptop or the duffel bag. Now it may, you know, I mean, if there's some clothes in there that are bloody, whatever, still ain't got no word on Kiely's phone. But I believe the phones really will play, you know, all the phones from Kiely's to Sami'S to Jaggers to, you know, whoever was close to Kiely, whoever had access to her during that party and after, those phones will be invaluable. That's where I think a lot of the information will come from. But yeah, I do feel like that they should have came back the next day, went down there and got all that stuff, bagged it and tagged it, and you know, doing what they're doing now. Hopefully that feller gave that stuff to him. It's all over the internet. I don't know. I mean, they probably went and got it from him. Hopefully they did. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Should they have went back the next day after the settlement settled, and retrieved anything else that may have fell out of the car or anything like that? I mean, I can understand why they didn't do it that day, but they could have went back the next day and done it, because everything would have been settled down by then. Do you think the phones will play a big role in catching people in a lie, where they're at, maybe who they were with? I sure do. And I think we're getting close, guys. I think we're getting close. Sami'S definitely sweating. Sounds like Sami'S definitely sweating bullets. So keep your fingers crossed that hopefully we get a resolution of this and Kiely can get some justice. And just keep praying for the family, community, and all them. And we'll see this thing to the end, just like all the cases. So that's it, guys. See you on the next video. Bam!